Hey, doctor, these are the patients who will be calling you today.
Hello? What? No, I can't remember. What? Your mother? Which one is your mother? Wait, hang on, Mrs. Fang. Hello? Hello, hello? 你叫什么名？等一下先。No 啦，哎呦，啊 ？No？ 哎呀 ，hang on 啊。Hello? Hello? Yeah. No. The blue one. One is enough. Chop. Why don't we do it like this? You can join me on a live show where we can chat about this and that. I will try my very best to answer all of your questions. All of your questions answered by this A Doctor. Hey, so come join me on my show on the A Doctor Facebook page. Come and ask me, A Doctor this, A Doctor that. I will answer this, I will answer that. You. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back again. I am Dr. Alex Tan. Welcome to the show. We are live today on both Facebook and YouTube. And as you can see, it's a bit different today. I'm not in my pajamas. I am actually outside. Now, if you haven't already, please like and share A Doctor on Facebook and subscribe to A Doctor on YouTube. All that usual stuff lah, like, share, subscribe, etc. Today we have got a very special episode with two very special guests for you. Hey Doctor, intermittent fasting okay or not? Some of you will be post-Chinese New Year. And during Chinese New Year, all sorts of lapsap has gone in, and it's now time for you to maybe want to choose a diet, want to start a diet, want to try to get rid and burn off all of those Chinese New Year cookies. So maybe you might have been looking at intermittent fasting. Does it work or not? I have two very special guests. First of all, I have got Miss Michelle Gunn. She is a dietitian. Hello there, Michelle. Hi, nice to meet you. Right, she has her own practice and her own clinic, and she does have patients on intermittent fasting. So we will definitely be hearing your teaching later, a bit on that. There is, of course, also a practitioner of intermittent fasting, somebody who's actually lost a lot of weight. Welcome to the show, Keith. All right. So Keith Daniel Gonsalvez, okay, has gone through IF, and I must say quite successful lah. Can see.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So how to do it, what foods to eat, what foods to avoid. I must admit, I am not a dietitian, so I'm not exactly the world's most best informed person on this. So therefore, I have got two experts, right, a dietitian as well as somebody who has actually gone through it. Now, there is supposed to be a sort of break fasting clock that will help me to know whether or not this show is dragging on for too long. And I think there's here it goes. Okay, so time to fast, time to eat, and when the clock strikes 8, we'll all turn into mice. No, we will end the show. I know it's not actually 8 o'clock, it's actually 9 o'clock now, but we have to pretend that it's 12 o'clock now. I don't know. This is something the producer of the show is making me do. I have no clue whatsoever what I'm doing. Okay, now we need to warm up for the audience. We need to warm up for you guys. Okay, and as I do this, I will be introducing you guys and maybe getting to know you all a bit better. Okay, so cue and intro the exercise. It's really a bit different today. So get your exercise going. Wait, let me try to sing with everybody. Hey, your right is my right or right? Okay. Michelle, you start first. Okay. Am I completely doing it wrong? Okay, you just do something. Okay, so before the show, I have not met some of you before. I think what I'm doing is I was talking to you all, isn't it? Okay?
Yeah.
And I think there are some interesting facts. First of all, one thing which is an interesting fact is both of you, I think, are sponsored by Adidas. I'm quite sure, right? You got Adidas, he got Adidas. What is this Adidas going on?
The good sale on Zalora.
Sneaky sponsorship on the show. Okay. Second thing, I got to know you guys. Hey, wait. The exercise has changed.
Oh, really?
Stop already. It's not following the exercise. High knee pulls. We completely missed one exercise out. Okay, we don't have to synchronize as long as we do. Okay, we have to be healthy and promote exercise on this show. Please feel free to join in with us. Get your muscles warm and going. Isn't that right, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Another fun fact. One of us here likes chocolate so much that he or she okay, change exercise. He or she actually entered a chocolate contest and won a trip to the UK. Can you guess which one it is? Is it Michelle who won a chocolate contest? Can you imagine a dietitian win a chocolate contest?
And
Or
go
was
to
it Keith?
UK.
And go to the UK. Alright. So yeah, later on the show we will review who won the chocolate contest. The other person has a favorite food, ice cream. So it's crazy. We are on an intermittent fasting kind of this one, and it's like ice cream is your favorite. Okay, anyway, so ladies first. Michelle, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I work as a dietitian, but other than my working time, I still like desserts a lot, like what
Okay.
Dr.
So whether you're the
Alex said.
chocolate or the ice cream girl,
you all can guess later.
you all can guess. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and usually I like jogging in the park.
Oh,
I like
here we go.
outdoor exercises.
Cool. Okay, how long have you been a dietitian?
6 years?
6 years. So
Yeah.
since 2016.
Yeah.
And you now are at your own clinic. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes, that's
your
right.
Own where is that?
It's online. Actually, I don't have a really physical clinic, so I usually see patients
nowadays.
online.
Okay, and how can they reach out to you?
So usually patients can reach out to me through Cancer Nutritionist. So it's on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Cancer nutritionist. That is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And Keith, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yep. I work for a non-profit called
We're
Malaysian
supposed to
Care.
stop exercising. Okay. Okay. But you can continue if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, sit down, sit down. Are we allowed to sit down? Yeah, I think we're allowed to sit down. Cool. So you work for NPO?
I work for a non-profit called Malaysian Care.
Okay.
So I'm in the communications department,
Okay.
and I'm happy to say that I get to do what I love every day.
Okay, cool.
Which is to build a more equal and just Malaysia.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have built a more equal and lighter piece. Okay. So maybe we want to discuss a little bit about that. So for you to be on this show, right? Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for coming
My pleasure.
on.
Yeah.
But
My
we're
pleasure.
going to start with maybe showing a bit of before and after. Now, as the picture comes on, so tell us a little bit about these pictures, before and after. Cannot be the same person, lah. Can it?
Yeah. The picture on the left was taken in Las Vegas, actually.
Oh, wow.
So-
Okay.
so
Explains the bus. Is that a bus behind you?
yeah, it was. I also love like fast cars and fast motorcycles. It was a museum lah. So you can see that car there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a bus actually. Yeah.
It's a bus. Okay. And how much did you weigh in that photo?
That was the prime lah. I would say.
The prime. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like
He's
about
prime.
80 kilos. Yeah.
80 kilos.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
dot.
And you at that point in time had a BMI of about, for your height, 31.
Yeah, I'm 5'5", so quite
Okay.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at 5'5" and 80 kilos, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you look.
Okay. Okay. And well, you went through the process, and there is of course this after photo. Yeah, before and after.
Yeah.
So after you shaved, you lost like 30 kilos.
Yeah, I got my beard. That's why I
Oh,
gained.
yeah, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much weight did you lose?
So I lost in total. At my best, I lost about 24 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went down from 80 to about like 56.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
80 to 56.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
Now I'm at 59. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite consistent.
How long in between those two photos?
Okay. So in US, that was late in December 2017, and that picture would be maybe early 2019.
So it took you about
A
2 years plus?
No, about a year.
A year plus?
A year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came back from US in December, and I started my new lifestyle, I would say, in somewhere around April, 2018.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, before Michelle will sort of talk about how to do it, etc. Maybe it's important to get your views. Like what motivated you, and how do you keep it going? What was the thought processes like in your head?
Yeah. So I have a son who is diagnosed with autism.
All right.
Right. So when you have a child with autism, one of the main ways to help them, right, towards helping to get them better, is through a lot of play. Right.
Okay.
And it's kind of structured play, and you need to go on your knees and on the floor and whatnot. So it's really hard
when
right?
you're heavy lah.
Yeah. And you get out of breath, and you feel disappointed that you cannot keep up. So that was one of the factors. And of course also looking at like family history, heart disease.
Yes. Okay.
It's in my family.
Yeah.
And my cholesterol level at that point of time was 8.1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I knew that I really needed to change
And to do
my
something.
lifestyle. And I wanted a goal.
Yeah.
To accomplish. Yeah.
Okay. And you did?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Okay. And okay, I guess it's also probably a good time to reveal that you were the one who won a chocolate contest.
Yeah, that picture just now of my after picture was me and my wife in the London bus.
Oh.
Oh no, not this one.
So wait.
This one. Yeah.
So after you lost weight, you win a chocolate contest.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought you would win a chocolate contest when you were.
No, so chocolates was my cheat day.
Okay.
It was every week, right? I would eat one bar of chocolate, the medium size one.
Okay.
Yeah, and the rest of the week it's like proper diet.
Proper diet.
Yeah,
so that
that's
was your
my
cheat.
treat. Yeah.
So you cheated on one day, and somehow you ended up in London.
Yeah, I won a contest. I spent ringgit on the chocolate, and I got to go to London for.
Wow, you are a golden ticket winner, Mr. Willy Wonka.
Happened once in my life. Yeah.
In your life.
I've always been the guy who where the whole company wins something for their company lucky draw. I'll be the first winner who always win the pen. Even that I'll be like super excited.
Okay,
so,
I think it was all building up, and you won this chocolate contest. So that's amazing. So it's great to hear that with IF you lost large amounts of weight, pretty successful, and you're keeping it slim and trim as well. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll come back in a while because I think there will be some questions. People find you inspiring. And yeah, we have a comment here actually. I'll put it up. Let me figure out how to do this. We have a comment here from Mini Pang, who says that Keith, your after picture makes you look like a Bollywood star. Wow. Okay, so okay, I hope maybe helps you to sustain your your weight program. Yep. So I think that's a great story, and I think sustaining is probably a big issue as well, which I think Michelle you will go through in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michelle, you are the expert. You are, you know, a trained dietitian, and you have your own practice. So intermittent fasting, people want to do it. Is one of the diets that people can choose to do. So you also have patients who are on it. So why don't you share a bit with us? And I think you have prepared some PowerPoints to help as well.
To help everyone to know better.
Okay.
So basically, intermittent fasting is one of the most common, popular diet nowadays, and it's basically what people like about it is because of the flexibility and the freedom of it that you can eat. People think that intermittent fasting that you can eat whatever you want as long as you control the time. That's how people like it.
Okay.
And intermittent fasting is basically so it's a eating strategy that we eat all our meals in one specific time. And usually I will advise is we usually fast for at least 12 hours, but not more than 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Why? I don't know why.
Yeah, because usually if we fast more than 24 hours, right, our body will go into a starvation mode. So when we go into the starvation mode, then our metabolism, our metabolic rate will go slower. So when the time we resume back to normal diet, our body will tend to store fat more because they think, it's in starvation, so they need to store more. That it will increase the likelihood to gain more fat after that.
Okay, so that's really actually interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for intermittent fasting, actually there are few types. Firstly is the alternate day fasting. Yeah. So alternate day fasting, how does it work? So if you can see from the slides, from day one, you usually just eat normally, whatever you want, whenever you want. But on the day two, then you usually will fast, or you probably will just eat lesser than 500 calories.
Okay.
So throughout the whole week, you just alternate day fasting. So many people find it a bit rigid and hard to follow this, and a bit hard for the...
You also said don't fast until 24 hours, or this one is like...
still less than 24 hours.
Okay.
Still considered as intermittent fasting for this one.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, but it's a bit hard for... a lot of people think it's quite tiring, especially on your fasting day. So it's not very sustainable. Like Keith mentioned, the sustainability is not
issue.
very much for this alternate day fasting. Then the second type would be the 5-2 diet, which means the twice a week. So it's a 2 non-consecutive day. So in a week, like for example, on Tuesday or Friday, we will fast, but on the rest of the week, we will just eat normally.
Okay.
So that's about 5-2. This is not so popular. The third one is the most popular one. It's a time restricting eating. The most common one, which is the 16-8. So 16 means they will fast for 16 hours, then eat during the 8 hours window. So most people find it more sustainable and it's more flexible according to your working routine. Also, even you go out for social, also no problem with this.
Okay. So, ADF, alternate day fasting is like, I can imagine, don't come and find me on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. You do not want to talk to me on those days because it's like, I'll be hangry.
Hangry and grumpy.
Exactly. So I do remember at 1.52 was popular, but now I think the one that I hear about the most is actually
the 16.
16-8 lah.
That's
so,
right.
What works?
So how does it work? Usually people will find it, especially the significant one is the weight loss. Yeah. So how does it work? Usually because when we fast more than 12 hours, our body have already depleted the liver storage, the glycogen in our liver. So it will start to burn some fats in our visceral fat or the fat under our skin. So that's why people find it is easier to for the fat loss, especially with 16:8.
16:8.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
is it really true that in that 8 hours I can eat chocolate and ice cream and fried chicken, and like as long as I do it within that time frame?
I think mainly the consistency is very important. So usually I have the principle, we call it 80 and 20. So 80% of the time we eat healthy diet and good quality foods to nourish your body. Because if if you are not eating the correct food, then your body will crave for more. So for example, if you are going for low carbs, you are going or keto diet, you are avoiding all the carbs, actually your body will crave for more sweet thing. So you'll come, all the chocolate craving, all the chip craving will come. So it's very important for you to nourish your body, especially at the 8 hours window. Yeah.
Okay. So we already actually, I know we're supposed to only do the I think, wait. I know we're only supposed to do the questioning later, but thank you very much, Minnie, for all your questions. Eat normally, does it mean that can have Musang King 10 seeds per day to replace carbs? 10 seeds a day is a lot.
10 seeds a day is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yes. So for usually for our recommendation for fruits itself is 2 servings, and usually 2 seeds equals to 1 serving. Means that we can eat maximum 4 seeds of durian per day lah. So 10 seeds is a bit, I think, too much.
It's a bit
and
crazy.
it's replacing all the other healthier carbs like whole grains and all the beans from the diet. So occasionally, if just one day in few months or 1 year is okay, like during Musang King season, but not the whole season is like that lah.
I mean, I think durian nowadays, I don't know whether there's any research to support it. I think durian nowadays is probably got higher caloric content than before, because they've been
it's modified to a bigger size,
until like the seed is so small and then the flesh is so much and the sugar content is probably a lot higher.
Yeah, so actually the definition is quite a small 2 small seeds lah, with a small flesh. It's 1 serving. So with the big flesh, Musang King probably is just 1 seed as a 1 serving.
You hear that, not mini pang. Okay, keep the questions coming. Do you want to sort of expound a little bit more on how you actually talk to your patients about IF and what you actually advise, etc.?
Okay, so usually for intermittent fasting, it's very important for the food quality and the composition of the diet. But especially if you are not eating enough protein in your diet, you tend to lose a lot of muscles. So if you lose a lot of muscles, your metabolism will start to slow down, and your weight loss, the rate will also slow down. Then in a few months' time, you will find this intermittent fasting is not working for you, and you think that it's no use. Actually, it's because you are not doing the right way, not because of the intermittent fasting itself.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really important. You don't just sort of look at short-term sort of solution, and then after that, which brings us to the issue of sustainability, law.
Yes, that's right.
Before I bring Keith back on again, do you have any tips on sustainability?
Sustainability, I think whatever you think is suit your lifestyle. I think you don't have to necessarily fix to 16:8. Some people find it 12:12 is good for them, or even 14:10 is good for them. Especially if they have a lot of gut issues, like a lot of gastric or get bloating problem. I think as a beginner you can start from 12:12, then slowly upgrading. Usually that's what I advise for my patients.
We have a question from Jessie Nightingale. How are you, Jessie? Thank you for coming back to the show. Is IF recommended for overweight people with diabetes?
I think for overweight issue, IF is pretty. In short term, especially, we can see the good results, and with the reducing of the weight, actually, it can help to manage the sugar level as well.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
with intermittent fasting, it also can help to improve our insulin sensitivity.
Absolutely.
So if you have any problem, especially for type 2 diabetes, if you have problem with insulin resistance, that definitely will help. But if you are on diabetic medication or insulin, it's very important for you
Come see me first.
to let Dr. Alex know that you
so
are
that
on.
I can adjust the medicine.
Yes, that's right. If not, it's very dangerous because your
they can
sugar level
hypo.
might go very low.
Very low,
Yeah, so
correct.
it's very dangerous.
Okay, what a perfect answers. Jason Go says no mosquitoes at the park. No mosquitoes because the animator didn't animate the mosquitoes, ma. Okay, you think that is air that we are breathing? No, it's not. It's virtual air. So yeah, as Keith, coming back to you as somebody who has gone through it, it must not be easy lah to actually go through it. And I think there are challenges, especially also in Malaysia, and with life, having a kid with autism as well. Sustainability. Any tips? Anything that you want to share your experiences?
Yeah, I've known of a lot of people who start, they do it for a period of time, and then it's not sustainable for a few factors, right? Cost.
Cost.
Yeah, cost, and also the environment that they are in, their workplace, what's available around them, where they live, in terms of sourcing for right food.
Okay, so let me bring you back to cost. So cost, you eat less, then you spend less, ma? Or not so?
Not really.
Okay.
If like earlier you had a question, right? Somebody who's overweight and diabetes. So when you really want to practice IF and to lose weight, you need to eat healthy. You need even like sugar that you take in. There's good sugar. So all those things cost a lot of money.
Yeah, so you're saying like all this, you went on the internet and they say eat this nuts, eat this salmon, eat this extra virgin.
Brazilian macadamia
walnuts.
It's for me at least, probably if I speak, I can represent like, the middle class maybe, for me it was not feasible and I knew it from day one that this is not something that I can pick up. So I had to look for substitutes. If you look online, you always say like, you need to eat grilled chicken breast with virgin olive oil. Virgin olive oil is not cheap, So I had to make do with what my surrounding. So like for me, like Malaysian food that is healthy, right? Like you go, a lot of people like to eat chicken rice. So when you go chicken rice, majority take the roast chicken, right? And what I used to do is I used to go and look for shops that had steamed chicken. Right, so it's steamed, not roasted, and I used to remove all the skin.
Yep.
Right, so I made friends with this Kaifan uncle. So we have an everyday deal. Like whenever I go there, it's packed every day. So every day I used to get 6 ringgit worth of like chicken breast, which is quite a lot.
6 ringgit, yeah. Okay.
He gives me extra lah, so regular customer.
Okay.
And then like vegetables, I'm not sure, but
so does this Kaifan uncle, does he have Instagram that you can share with him? I don't think so.
You can find him on
Kaifan uncle 6 ringgit.
If you're around Klang vicinity, you can find him on Foodpanda. Jimmy chicken rice.
Jimmy chicken. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Free promo for you, Uncle Jimmy chicken rice. Yeah. Okay.
So that, and I used to go to the Chappan shop, and I used to fill my stomach with a lot of vegetables. So my vegetable cost was about 2 ringgit a day.
So you managed to find sort of solutions lah, to the thing.
Yeah. And a lot of eggs. Eggs is cheap. A good source of protein. Something quite easily available also everywhere. Yeah.
So talking back, sorry, I interrupted you. Talking about sustainability, meaning that how lah, it's been years now since you've been on it. You've managed to say slim and trim. How do you find the motivation, the will to keep going?
Yeah. Well, I invested in a scale.
Okay.
I weigh myself every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that's an important tip that you
Yes.
should weigh yourself every day?
Investing in a good scale, especially in the initial period.
Okay.
Like not just a scale that would weigh your kilograms and pounds, but one that would also show you your body fat level.
Oh, I see. You got
visceral
a
fat, your
body
everything.
composition analyzer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it comes with apps nowadays.
Okay.
You know, where
Okay.
you can just log into your app, you can chart your progress.
Cool.
That was really helpful, especially in the initial stages when you're trying new things, testing things out, especially workout, right? Not everything, there's no fix. I really believe in this. There's no one way for everyone. You got to find what works for you, even your diet as well. So with a good
I really agree with that that there's no one single answer for everybody, right? Because it depends on your environment and what other illnesses you might have, etc. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so also that I mean, just to expound a little bit more further, like don't get discouraged if you try something and especially workout, you try something, you don't see results. It just means that it's not your body is not like not responding to it in its best. But try alternatives, change your workout, and then until you find something that works, and then you can stick with it. So for me also, initially when I used to do my IF, I supplemented it with also with workout together
at the same time.
And with that scale, right, you can really track, you can know what workout really help you in dropping your body fat. So that's also important, I think. Like when you're overweight, a lot of people look at the
weight,
kilos, the weight
alone.
A more healthier way to lose weight is focus on your body fat, because that's what
actually,
you need to.
Yeah, totally agree.
You've got the dietitian nodding already, because I think she was trying to make that point, isn't it? That really where you don't want to lose protein because protein is your background
the
burner.
Muscles,
So it is that combination. Do you ever grow tired? I mean, you mentioned cheat days and things like that.
I think for me, to say that now I'm so strict, like how I was when I really needed to lose that initial weight. What really helped me was being very consistent, at least for the first year. But what I have come to realize is, like last time, like I said, I weigh myself every day, right? So if I go out, like with friends, go and eat nachos and all that, I come back, right, I see the scale, like can see the difference. But what I learned, if you are consistent, for at least a year or something, your metabolic rate it becomes back to good. So like now, like even if I go out and I enjoy a not so healthy meal, nasi lemak ayam or what, it doesn't really affect me as much as it used to. So right now, if you ask me, my lifestyle also is better lah, because I get to be a bit more social also. Sometimes it's hard also when you're losing weight, right? There are times where like I go out with friends, like Kana Curry House, banana leaf, right? All eating nicely, right? I literally sit down there, right, with the ice kosong, and you feel horrible, but it's good to say that stage don't last forever. But the discipline needs to be there in the initial stage. Right now, I have no problem. If you call me, hey, come go eat, like mama or what, I have no problem. Because I know like my body, my metabolic rate is somewhat okay now.
You've reached that stage where you have muscle to help you to burn as well. And I think, when you're mentioning a good scale, it's actually like a body composition analyzer. Maybe there might be viewers out there who aren't sort of familiar, don't know how to go and buy such a thing. Like, can you tell what brand or where they can find it? Because it's like, I'm just afraid that they hear already, but how to go and find this thing correct one or not correct one?
I mean, the more expensive high-end ones are like, I think Omron, right?
Anita.
Those kind of brands.
Okay.
But what I got was a
From
Huawei one.
A Huawei one, okay.
So I got it second hand on Carousel.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So like sometimes I think the guy bought bought a phone and then he got it as a free gift.
Oh, and then
and probably he just sold it off. But it works perfectly. I've been having it for like 4-5 years now.
Cool.
Yeah, and it
And
comes
you,
with
you
an
always
app.
get the I think it's important now. So you need to have the feedback, etc. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to sort of comment on anything that Keith said?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Keith is doing. Like especially how he's finding ways to suit himself, because I believe that not one size doesn't fit all. So with intermittent fasting, there's still many ways to do that. So I think Keith definitely found a way that suit his lifestyle and suit his body as well.
Okay, so we do have a few questions here that we have our audience and we want to engage with them. First question is from Xiao Tong. Thank you for your question. Will restricting carbs cause hair loss? So this is not IF exactly, but this is more of carb restriction. Will it cause hair loss? Okay, Keith, you were eating chicken breast and vegetables, so in a way you were restricting carbs lah.
Yes. Initially, yes. But
is that what caused your beard in the picture to all fall out?
No, this is the MCO effect.
So the short answer is, did you lose hair or not when you were eating chicken breast?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So fun fact, there are 3 people on the park bench. 2 of us have hairy legs. Try and figure out who doesn't have hairy legs. No, it doesn't cause hair loss, Xiao Tong, don't worry. I think if you are on a diet and you are losing hair already, it has to be a pretty unhealthy diet to reach that stage. But carb restriction by itself, I don't think it doesn't cause hair loss. So, but thank you for your question. I think there's this another question. I'm not sure how to send it. Eng Po He, thank you very much for your question. And you're asking, how will it work for people with not GERD but GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease? So people with gastric, for example, you mentioned just now, can or cannot, and is there anything that you give them as a tip if they have got gastric issues and they want to do IF?
So if you have gastric issue, right, it's very important for you to have sufficient protein in every of your meal, in your eating window, if you're doing IF. Because especially with this IF, actually it can improve the diversity of the gut bacteria, and actually in long term definitely can help with your gut, your gut health. So you definitely with intermittent fasting long term, actually you can see there will be improvement for your acid reflux and gastric. But for as a beginner, I usually would not ask you to go for extreme fasting. Usually 12-12 would be safer as a start for at least 1 month to try it out. Then slowly you upgrade to suit your to let your stomach to adjust this eating pattern.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just thought of something in that, if we have Muslim friends and colleagues, etc., who actually do a form of IF once a year, and I think some of them do lose weight, but some of them don't lose weight because basically after finish fasting, you go to Ramadan, buka puasa party, hantam nicely. So some of them end up gaining weight.
Yeah, so that's why you can see even if with the fasting, but if you are not eating the right food, actually you can see the opposite effect.
So it's not just that okay lah, between this time and this time, I don't eat, but then later after that,
exactly.
Eat 10 seeds of Musang King. Wow. Okay, we have more questions here. Jocelyn Tan is asking, thank you so much, Tanjing Ru, for this question. Is total carbs replacement with protein more effective in weight loss? So total carbs replacement, this is not exactly IF, this is more keto.
More keto. Actually, I would like to emphasize the amount, the quality of your diet is very important, and the composition of your diet is very important.
Still very important.
Still very important. Because carbs actually give a lot of basically your energy and also help your hormone to balance out. So if you avoid carbs totally, actually you will be lacking a lot of nutrients like vitamin B's and a lot of essential minerals. And so actually it will not be healthy long term if you avoid carbs in long term.
Okay, and so you have here your setengah suku-suku.
Yes, the suku-suku separuh.
Suku-suku. Okay, yeah.
So the suku-suku separuh plate is very important during this intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So we start with the good quality protein. So like Keith mentioned, even like eggs or omega-3 rich fish doesn't have to be salmon, tuna all the time. Even our local fish like tenggiri, those are actually very healthy fish as well. And plant-based protein are actually very cheap, like tofu, tempeh or soy milk. These are all very good quality protein.
Cool.
And even dairy products, actually these are all good quality protein.
Okay, so that's your top right hand of the plate.
That's right. So another suku is for the whole grains. So like our brown rice or basmati rice or even barley, whole grain bread. So all these they are healthy starches that you can include. If you are aiming for gaining more muscles, like Keith, doing more workout, then actually for the carbs part you can reduce a little bit more, but not until you eliminate the whole carbs part. So you can increase your protein, the portion more, so that you can gain more muscles. Okay. Then another separuh will be very important are the fruits and vegetables, because they give you a lot of antioxidants, fibers, and all the vitamins, minerals in your daily diet. So that's how you nourish your body, and not to forget the healthy fats. So like nuts, even peanuts, cashew nuts, they are also healthy fats. Olive oil or avocado, these are also healthy fats.
So actually, I have a question. Okay, if you have a patient who sort of says, you were mentioning here, and even in the picture that you gave, if you have a very traditional auntie. And you're talking about whole grains and starches, and all she knows is white rice. You ask her to eat barley or what are those fancy things, quinoa or millet. I don't know what people. How would you advise this patient? Very very traditional type of Malaysian auntie. No white rice, I die. Okay, what would you say?
Usually it's okay for them to take white rice if really they don't prefer white rice. But like for example, their vegetables and fruits parts, then it will be a very important role. So make sure even like zap fan or when you go out eat out, actually you can economy easily economy rice you can just achieve that easily. You can just get a small bowl of white rice, then a good palm portion of protein like steamed chicken or any tofu or eggs, then half of the plate should be all the vegetables when you eat economy rice. So actually it can easily fit into our daily diet.
Cool. Okay. We have got more questions. Jocelyn has got a follow-up question, and she says, what is the healthy fat percentage for a normal individual?
Usually, you mean for the body fat percentage, is it? Yeah. Usually, I think around 10 to 15. 15 to I think it's depends on the male or
gender,
female
yes, correct.
So if male usually is lower, so around below at least 15.
Then 15, and then for females 20.
20, I think is quite healthy lah.
So Jocelyn, I had lunch with you today. You're healthy lah, don't worry lah. Okay. What do you aim for in terms of body fat percentage with your analyzer?
I mean the lowest the best that I could go was about 11%. Right. So it was just.
That's really good already.
But I would say 11%. It comes at an expense. Where you really restrict yourself and really got like no life like that. you know, you cannot really enjoy also, you know. So I think once I reach there, just for the sake of reaching it, but I think now on average maybe I'm about 13, 14, right? So like this, I'm not so restricted anymore lah. You know, and you actually get to like enjoy, you know, like breakfast, you know, with people. And
you want to know a crazy fact? This one I have to Google lah. But I think we all know Bruce Lee, right? I think he hit 5% body fat at one point in his life. So you know those like crazy pictures of him where he's not wearing a shirt, and you can just see the super ripped muscles. Yeah, that's 5% body fat, and that's really just
skin thick.
Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just skin only. Yeah, it's gila, man. Yeah, we have a question from Angela Zajax. Thank you for your question. And she's saying, can I drink black coffee during fasting time? Or any no sugar caffeinated drink? So what she's saying is the fasting a total completely like Muslim Ramadan, water also cannot drink, or is it okay to drink something as long as there is no calories?
So for intermittent fasting, very important to note that hydration is very important. So hydration is the one to keep your metabolism going. Then during the fasting window, what can you drink? Firstly, we need to make sure that the beverage we are drinking is less than 5 calories. If it's more than that, actually you are breaking the fast already. So other than water, you can drink plain tea, like Chinese tea, green tea, flower tea, any kind of plain tea as long as no sugar or no creamer. Then black coffee is definitely okay.
It actually helps you to actually control your craving, I think, for food also. Black coffee, your appetite, right? It restricts your appetite or something, right?
Okay, I'm a big black coffee fan. Okay, so Minnie asked me a personal question. Dr. Alex, what is your body fat percentage? I don't know lah, but I think I have to buy his analyzer. No lah, actually I'll probably go to Sunway tomorrow and then find a body composition analyzer and step on it. I don't know whether I dare to look at the result or not. I know there's one there. I know there's one there. I don't know whether what I see will be within range. I don't think it will be. Okay, recently I have got bursitis on my knee, so it's like not been using the stairs as much as I should. Okay, I will one day. I will one day. So there are some patients. Thank you also, Xue Wei, for your questions. How do you advise someone who is fasting but he needs to take medication in the morning before 12 p.m.? I mean, I guess it's okay lah, Xiang Wei, to take medications, no calories, right? And you take it with just plain water. However, if your medication is a type of diabetes medicine which can make your sugar go low very fast, then that one you have to be careful lah. Probably you have to talk to someone like me lah, talk to your doctor about adjusting either the amount, the dosage, or the timing of the medication to suit it properly. But otherwise, swallowing a tablet with plain water, no problem one. The fasting is not like super strict, you know, like Muslims cannot even drink water, etc. You know, it's different from that. Got more questions, lots of questions tonight. This is interesting to people. Do you have more slides to share or not?
You can go on.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Okay, so which diet is more suitable for diabetes patients, keto or IF? Thank you, Yong Siu Ting, for your question. So people are wondering already, they got diabetes, but they want to know which one to do. I have my own thoughts on this, but yeah.
I personally think that IF is more suitable for diabetes because you can tune your diet to a more balanced diet and it's more sustainable. Because keto diet for me is a bit extreme and usually it's not for long term. So that's why I usually won't advise keto diet.
Yep. I completely actually agree. If you have diabetes and you go on a full-on keto diet, there are certain medications that you cannot do a keto diet with, you know, if you're on insulin, for example. If you're on a medication called empagliflozin, Jardiance, or dapagliflozin, Forxiga, these are SGLT2 inhibitors, they actually make the ketosis process in your body worse and you can end up with a very severely acidic blood level, something which we call diabetic ketoacidosis. So keto diet, you have to be like, ultra careful if you have diabetes. So Shui, you were saying before that some of the medicine that is being taken can cause nausea with empty stomach. So that is actually a good point. That phase. Yeah, so probably what I would do is put your medicine closer to when you are having your first meal of the day. So if you really want to try IF, I think you can try IF. However, then you have to adjust the timing of your medicine. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I think we have actually come up now to 9:51, beyond our 45-minute time mark. Is there any more slides that you want to show, Michelle?
I just want to emphasize that a lot of people say, when they talk about weight loss, they will say, oh, is it amount that it matters? So they will try to cut the calories more, especially with the intermittent fasting, and expect the weight could go lower than they expect. So with intermittent fasting, is very important for the quality and the composition, like I mentioned. So for example, for this salad, so even though salad is very low in calories, but actually it's not sustainable for long term, and you will get hungry very fast, and actually basically you are starving yourself. You are just taking a plain salad. But if you instead, actually, you can add more protein and more fats in your salad. Actually, it can be more satisfying and also more nourishing for your body as well. And if you are, especially for diabetic patient or pre-diabetic patient, you are controlling your sugar levels. Actually, the carbohydrate portion also very important. So with a high carb diet, even you might see it's very healthy with all the fruits and a little bit of cookies or muffin. Actually, it's all full of carbs. So actually, it can cause a lot of insulin spike and not really helpful for sugar management. So I will advise to go to the suku separuh as well. So with a little of fruits, muffin, but add another portion of protein like eggs and another portion of like peanut butter as fats. So it will be a quite balanced meal or snacks as this. And so from this, instead of all the pasta or just the char kway teow with a whole plate of carbs, actually we can make it a suku separuh as well. So half of it will be all the mushroom and vegetables, and you can add more colorful vegetables and also some protein, and this can make you more energized and make you feel fuller longer as well.
Cool.
So this is how we can adjust our proportion of our meal.
Cool. So I think we've used up quite a lot of time just chatting here in this imaginary park bench. Now I think we are going to talk about some of our final thoughts. So there is interest out there, Keith. People are thinking about starting on the journey that you started quite a few years ago. What are your final tips or advice or comments that you want to give to our viewers?
Three things. One is think of sustainability. Not something that you're going to do for short term, and if you're going to do it long term, look at the cost involved, your environment, and make use of apps that are available like MyFitnessPal. Like MyFitnessPal, almost any kind of Malaysian food that you eat, right? It's there.
Right.
So you can actually count the calories of a curry puff. How much fat, saturated fat, everything is there. So learn also to read labels. It's very important.
Yep. So Uncle Jimmy Kaifan got label. No.
FitnessPal. So, I buy from
FitnessPal. Oh, cool.
Refer to FitnessPal.
Okay,
so that's
cool.
how
Okay. So Michelle, any final thoughts or not on anybody who wants to embark on a journey of intermittent fasting?
I think I want to emphasize that not everyone is suitable for this intermittent fasting, especially if you are pregnant or trying to getting prepared for pregnancy, or if you are breastfeeding. Because a lot after women after delivery, they want to lose weight fast. Then at the same time, they are breastfeeding. Actually, it's not suitable for intermittent fasting because at that time, actually, they need more nutrition requirements for the baby to produce the milk, and so it's not very safe for the intermittent fasting. And if you are elderly, that you are more frail, not if you are elderly but quite fit, is okay. But if you are frail type, then probably not. Then if you have any disordered eating or any eating disorder habits, then it's not safe for this intermittent fasting as well. And if you are very hardcore athletes, I also usually won't encourage this intermittent fasting because actually it's quite hard for you to to sustain and also to sustain the performance with this intermittent fasting and with very high calories.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's very important that you also sort of we said a lot of positive things, but actually we have to be careful and also advise appropriately lah. Okay. So I think with that, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Keith, for coming onto the show. Keep it up. You've a fantastic journey, and thank you, Michelle.
Buka puasa time.
Thank you, Pinky Pang. So yeah, with that, thank you everybody for all your comments, and hope you enjoyed the show and hope you learned something. And if you are going to embark on an IF journey, do it safely and do it sustainably, do it economically as well. And if you need further help, I think you can always reach out to Michelle on
Cancer Nutritionist.
Yep. And also, I think you can get in touch with the show, and they can also put you in touch with Keith, who's also with Malaysian Care as well, if you'd like to learn more about that. So with that, thank you very much, and good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.